Why you haven't got rich off your AI business yet in 2024. A few things that I'm going to go over before I get started. I'm going to kind of introduce how I am, why you should listen to me in the first place, and then I'm going to walk through exactly what I would do to succeed and what I have done to succeed and what a lot of people get wrong in the beginning. Okay, so my name is Nick. I'm the co-founder of Insight. We're an AI startup, conversational AI startup. So it's like phone calling AI. My whole YouTube channel is kind of based around that. So if you're interested in that, just drop a sub, drop a comment, and check out some of my other videos. I have like a playlist basically with everything AI phone calling related. So yeah, if you're interested in that, check it out. Now, the first thing that I kind of want to walk through is the initial mindset. So, basically, part of Insight and what we do is we work directly with business owners and we also work directly with partners, people who are looking to resell our platform and potentially add it into their existing offer or build a business around it. Okay. Now, the first thing that you'll see, and they come into this mindset with, okay, I'm going to copy exactly what you do. Okay, so they come in and they say, okay, oh, so you guys are going broad. You guys are, selling just the conversational AI, just the phone caller itself. And the thing is, what people don't understand and what I have to explain a lot of times is as you start to develop yourself and grow your business, you establish yourself in a certain way. So right now, for example, we've established ourselves on Facebook and Instagram because we've spent over $54,000 in ads putting our name out there, right? Putting Insight Conversational AI. People have established, even if they're not a buying customer, one of the 50 million impressions that we've received, every single one of them has now associated conversational AI with Insight for the first time ever, right? Because of how unique the market is, and just because of how powerful Facebook ads are. Most of the time, unless you're in a very commoditized market, your frequency shouldn't be above 2, right? Like our frequency is 1.39, which is like our average viewer will view it 1.39 times, so not even twice. So that's the first thing that we see. They come in and they think, oh, if I copy you, I'm going to have great success. I'm going to get the same amount of sales as you guys. But that's not necessarily the truth. We entered the market as literally the pioneers on Facebook with the conversational AI phone calling ad. Like we were the very first. We started it. And I think that's a very important thing that they misunderstand when you say don't reinvent the wheel and don't try inventing something new. They think something completely new, right? Instead of taking what's working and put your own twist and spin on it. And that's kind of what we go for. And we suggest for most people starting, our partners starting to sell conversational AI. We say instead of just focusing on the strictly phone calling portion of things, try and mix it up a bit. Try and not only sell this conversational AI, but sell something else as well packaged with it that correlates to one another. Okay, you want to essentially ensure that you are unique on the market. Okay, when we come in, one of the first things that we ask when they initially start building the business and their offer and all of that is, what is differentiating you from a phone calling company? Just strictly the AI caller alone. Okay, so forget the features. We have different features than some of our competitors, right? Some of our competitors have different features than us. What makes you stand out aside from that? Strictly just not the AI phone caller together. Okay, one of the things could be you focus strictly on one niche. So you become an expert in conversational AI in the real estate market. Okay, that is a good way to differentiate yourself because now you are not just competing with everyone who sells conversational AI or conversational phone calling AI. You're competing with everyone in the conversational AI real estate market. And if you go against somebody who is a broad business going after a real estate agent and you're specialized in real estate agents, you are going to have a much, much, much larger advantage, right? Now that's just one simple thing. Another offer that we kind of tell them to put a twist on it is a lead gen combined with the AI. So for example, let's take a look at the real estate niche. One of the two biggest issues that real estate agents face is they either aren't calling enough, so they aren't following with their leads enough. They only do 2-3 follow-ups when they should be doing 10, or they don't have enough leads to call. Okay, that's usually what real estate agents face. And even if they do have an existing list of leads that they're not calling, they would still have use for new ones. So what we can do is, instead of strictly covering the portion of they already have existing leads to then call the AI, right, to get the AI to call them, we now cover the other portion, some sort of lead gen. So that could be installing a media buyer into the business. That could be a database, purchasing leads from a database and then charging an upsell, right? There's a lot of different things that you can do and a lot of different offers that you can mix and match to differentiate yourself. And that's what I realized, okay? You can either start in a niche, okay, crush it, become the guy in that niche, and then expand upwards, going more and more broad, which is starting from the easiest to get rich to then the hardest, or start at the hardest and then go to the easiest, okay? So people always try and start broad, and then they realize, fuck, I just wasted 3 months of my time, I haven't signed a client. It's impossible to compete against guys who have 50 plus testimonials. Instead of just starting at the niche, getting 1 or 2 case studies and clients, focusing on them, providing really well, good results, and then using those to build up. And then sure, once you've dominated the real estate niche, you can go up. If you really want to, you can go up. You can start going after roofing then, right? Like, find correlations as you go up and move up and move up. So that's the most important thing. You have to differentiate yourself. You have to stand out, okay? Even if it is just strictly speaking about the features, okay, just the features of the conversational AI, it isn't enough. It isn't enough to stand out from the market. So that's the first thing I wanted to kind of mention. Now, the second thing is, I think a lot of people are very, very much too focused on the adrenaline of instantly working with a business that pays 30, 40 grand up front. Okay, when we started off, we didn't understand the value of our product, and that's the reason why we charged so low. But charging so low also got us so many clients through so quickly that we already had like 5-10 testimonials and previews and good work with these clients to then use to be able to leverage to charge 20-30 grand like it was nothing. Okay, to start, charging 10-20 grand with no previous case studies or testimonials is going to be very difficult. You're going to have a lot of doubts, and eventually you're going to crash and say, oh, this business model isn't for me, and then you're going to switch over and to something else. Okay, you're going to say, oh, AI's become too commoditized, or oh, AI's too new, and you're going to leave. Okay, that's what's going to happen. I can tell you right now from previous experience, that's what I've seen. Okay, and unfortunately, the case for 95% of people is that's not the sole reason. It's not the sole reason for, picking the wrong choice to go broad instead of being more selective and differentiating yourself. The second main reason I see people burn out very quickly is they think success in a business comes very quickly. Now, I'm talking about AI right now, but this applies to really any business model, okay? If you want to succeed in a business, you cannot expect profit within 2 years of starting, okay? That is what the average business takes. It takes the average business 2 years to find a profit. Okay, let me tell you an example actually about an existing client that we have for the conversational AI. They're using it in their business. They have a number of different agents in use right now, and they're basically a franchise med spa. So they have multiple locations, not really franchise, but they have multiple locations. They're based in the UK. Right now, they're sitting at 3 locations. The business is doing overall about 500, 600K a month. So I would say, a decently sized business, right? A behemoth, pretty much, in most people's eyes, even though it is kind of like a medium-sized business, 500K a month. And I was talking to the client, and I was basically saying, like, hey, what are your plans? Like, what's volume looking like? Do we need to expand, add in any more agents? And he was basically saying, like, hey, yeah, like, we're most likely going to need, a few more because we're scaling. We're opening up a new location. was like, oh wow, great, you guys are expanding. Like, what is that going to look like for your revenue? Like, what is that going to do? He's like, oh yeah, it's going to be a pretty good location. You know, we'll turn a profit in a year and a half, right? And I was like, what? And he basically told me, he's like, yeah, as soon as we open up a new location to establish ourselves in that location and kind of dominate the area, it takes time. And they projected the first year and a half to lose money after opening that location. And the average business life cycle is 3 months. So people need a year and a half, but they stop at 3 months. So that's the gap. Over a year, right? A year more of waiting before you can see your business starting to hit the 100, 200, 300K a month profit margins, right? And I'm not going to say that, starting a business and failing right away and switching is like a terrible idea, because I think if you do it a number of different times, you'll probably get lucky and eventually just turn a profit a month in, right? You might do that. You might, defeat the odds if you keep doing that number of volume. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to scale long term, if you want the big juicy months, right? Not just turning a profit, but turning 200K profit, 300K profit, you got to stick with one thing, and you got to stick with it for a long, long time. Because even if you get lucky in the beginning with a current business model and you turn a profit right away, you will hit a valley of despair and you'll shit your pants, because then you'll see instant luck. You'll be like, oh wow, amazing, amazing. And then you'll drop and sink. And then you'll be like, fuck, do I got to restart again? Right? And then you repeat the life cycle. So basically, my point in saying all this is, it's very important, no matter what you do, if you're going to listen to me and pick a niche and differentiate yourself in AI, or if you're going to go broad, stick to it. Okay, stick to it, no matter what. There's something, I think it was Hermosi, or I've seen it online, but you can't lose if you never give up. You cannot lose, you cannot fail if you never give up. Okay, and there was a point in time when we started our business that me and Jax, my business partner, we were both $20,000 in debt each. Okay, and we're 19 years old, so I'm 19, Jax just turned 21. Most kids our age, I would say 99.99%, would not be willing to put in the risk. And overall, that's the difference between an unsuccessful entrepreneur and a successful entrepreneur. Okay, if you're willing to put in the risk, if you're willing to do whatever it takes until you win, until you succeed, no matter what, it will happen. Like, it might be 3 months, it might be 3 years, it might be 30 years. Okay, now I know I'm exaggerating. 30 years is a bit crazy, but I'm just giving an example, right? An extreme example. No matter what, if you do not quit, if you do not give up, it will happen, right? Conor McGregor, if you have the courage to speak it and you can see it, there's some shit like that. If you can see it in here and you have the courage to speak it, it will happen. I think that's it. But anyways, I was trying to make this a little bit more technical, like kind of AI based, and it turned into the whole business model type of thing. I've been going back and forth on that sort of style of content, but I'm really going to be more organized in the future. I'm going to try and focus on strictly technical side, and then strictly business portion, overall business model. That's kind of what I'm going to go for. I hope you guys found some value in this. Let me know any suggestions or anything that you have in the future for any future videos or for this one. And if you're looking to partner with me and resell Insight, check the description below, and also you can go on my profile and you'll see it on there as well. This should be on a playlist, or I'll pop up another video right here for you to watch about AI. Yeah, take care everyone. Bye-bye.